Hey guys, I'm back. Barely. I almost didn't make this live stream between not feeling well and trying to do the range and do this on the same day. And it just has been a bit of a mess. So we'll see how it goes today. Hello, Betty. I hope you're doing well today. I, uh, I'm overdoing it a little bit for an old fat guy, but we're here and I enjoy my time with you guys. And I've had an exciting week. And I'm going to kind of wait to bring up to speed some of the things that happened this week, but I'll give you a little hint. I heard from one of the more influential people in the community this week, and it was a funny exchange. And I was really surprised to hear from him. I was actually heading to bed, I think it was. It popped up on my phone, whenever I get some information from YouTube. So we'll go over that a little bit later. We do have some knives. I don't know that you're into firearms or not at all, but I spent the day at the range with my air rifle, and I thought maybe you guys might find a little bit of the footage entertaining. I took a lot of photographs and some video of my buddy working on a load for his rifle that I've helped develop for him. And I won't be touching, will not be touching and or moving any firearms or firearm contact or ammunition during this live stream. That's my PSA for today. We got quite a few more people in here. Hopefully, the other live stream is finished pretty much. Davis, how are you doing today? Clarence, I hope you're having a good day. We're just getting started here. I was going to I do have some knife content too, so Betty, don't run off on me. I'm not just going to talk about the air rifle, but let me see if I can do the picture in picture here. Well, I didn't succeed at that very well, but I know I've got one here somewhere that I could bring up. There we go. How about that? Is that a little bit better? So what I brought out to the table is some bangers. Let's see here. I'm not. I understand. Mr. Letterman, good to see you as always. I appreciate you stopping by. This show is going to be a little different. I was telling Betty that I spent the morning at the range and I had well, let's just say it's got the best of me. My Parkinson, I cleaned my car out, the back end of it, so I could go to the range and worked my butt off on that yesterday. And then I got up this morning, the clocks changed as well, which, was a ordeal in itself because I had to get up that much earlier. So I was at the range long before daylight. So I do have some footage I was telling the other folks and some pictures you guys may find interesting or not, but I thought it'd be something different than just knives. But I do have knives, and when I got out of some bangers, I thought it'd be cool to get some of the less expensive knives on the table and show people what you can really get for your money. I think that most of the knife creators that at least that I'm watching stay in that 50 and up and maybe, obviously a lot higher, but I did make some notes here and I think the most expensive thing I have on the table today is 46 bucks. The general pricing on the rest of it's 40 or less. So I think that most people can afford these type knives. And there's not, these are all name brands. So that's the good news. I was really surprised about some of the quality you can get for this price range is actually pretty good. And I think that, yes, ma'am, I see that you are saying something. I would be more than glad to listen. Well, read. What can I do for you? I love any input anybody's got because at this point I'm on the struggle bus, just trying to stay ahead of my meds and stay awake and try to do all this and be part of the community. And I got to tell you, this week has been so phenomenal about the community, and getting to know you guys has been one of the biggest parts of that, obviously, because I am just blown away, and I like giving back, and I enjoyed G-Ball this week. He gave a shout out to who helped him with it, but his whole thing with this March Madness, and I'm not a basketball guy at all, and this whole bracket thing he's doing and going through the whole month to get down to the single night. I think it's just I've not seen any of the other guys do anything like that that I'm aware of anyway. Maybe I haven't been around long enough, but we'll see, you know what I mean? But I hope the other guys show up, Gons and the other folks. Maybe they're still at the other live stream. So yeah, we're gonna go over the bangers and then we're gonna go over the little bit of stuff at the range. And I'm gonna save that closer toward the end simply because if I do get banned because of it or they're knocked off, it'll be later in the stream and won't mess up the rest of this. I don't know what part of the country you guys are living in, but if you guys can give me temperatures, that would be great, and let me know what you're dealing with weather-wise. And Clarence, I think I don't remember exactly where you are. You have air rifles as well. That's cool beans, buddy. I spent a little more than I should have and got into the hobby fist deep, and it got to be a little expensive hobby. Let's see here. I got a different angle here. I wanted to show you guys. I really am into these type of blade shapes. Sheepdog, I guess you call it, or I don't know what you call it. You know, I call them cleavers for lack of a better term, but these are my favorite shapes to go to. And I like that acid etch stone wash on there. I think it looks really, really nice. Is the comment still working? Because I feel like, oh, there we go. Maybe not. No, I don't think so. I wonder what's going on with them. They're not coming in. I think the other guys um also bring up their other stuff on the YouTube so they can see it as well. I think there's something with StreamYard that's not always so forgiving. Trying to take up all my space here. Let's see if I can go to YouTube, see if I can get into my own stream. I'm not even sure that how to do that, to be honest with you guys. We're going to try it though. What do you think? Go to my channel. And there's my stream. Probably everything would come to a screeching halt. You know, it just will stop here. Oh, now I'm hearing stuff in the. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's not good. How do I stop it? Speaker. I think I know. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Gons, how you doing, man? I'm glad you showed up. I'm trying to look at 2 things at once, and it's just not working for me. Guys, I'm gonna abandon going over to the YouTube. I was telling everybody in the group that I've been at the range all morning and done a bunch of air rifle this morning and helping a buddy develop some loads on a 6.5 Grendel. But I thought I'd do the knife stuff at the beginning in case I get booted. Okay, man, I appreciate it, Mr. Letterman. I tell you, I'm on the struggle bus to hell here. So what I got out is my bangers, at least a few of them. I got a lot of bangers. By far, there's more bangers and more gas station type knives than anything else. I can tell you that right now. So what we're going to do is look at some of these and see what y'all's thoughts are, and if you're familiar with any of them. Like what is this one? Sitivien. Not quite sure how you pronounce that, but it's a cool knife. I mean, it's a long pokey knife, as you can see. I mean, it's it's huge. But this is a whopping $33, and the model number is ST302. And it's you know, I mean, as far as knives go, it's fast. It's the detent's perfect on it. The choil, finger choil is there. I mean, it's not the biggest get cut more than likely. The sharpening choil, whatever you want to call it, the plunge is going to run into that pretty quickly. But let's see what we got. Some paper here. Oh, by the way, the biggest comments I'm getting on my streams now, or not my streams, but my videos, is my comparison knife, my butter knife. Yeah, I think it's a good knife, Gons. For the money and everything else. Let's just see here. Oh my, cuts better than some of the $400 knives I got. That is crazy. That's a good little knife. That thing's pretty sweet. And this one right here is a Vortec, and I've got two Vortex, I think, and it just happened they both had the same color handles. The blade shapes are extremely different on them, but this one's a nice little guy. I mean, it's in the jimping on it. Oh my gosh, it just grabs your finger, no problem. This one has no jimping. But again, I think, you know, considering what these are, this one is sharp too. I'm not good at this paper thing, but you know, I think pretty much most knives come out of the box pretty darn sharp. What I have found, the Microtechs are the ones that I get that the sharpness is so at best out of the box. Todd, Mr. Carr, how are you doing, sir? Glad to see you in here. I really appreciate you stopping in. I think we're getting some of the regulars in. All right, I'm going to go. Well, we down to two. I lost. Man, that's sad. I might cry now because I'm losing my folks right and left here. I don't know who's left in here. I don't know, believe my button or not. I think you guys can tell me better probably how many are in here than I see on the screen from StreamYard. It's probably the case. I feel like what I get from StreamYard is pretty lagging. Yeah, I see you just jumped to 5. All right, I'm going to tell you guys who I heard from this week. Blew my mind. I got a text, or not a text, but a notification from YouTube. Lucky. Lefty. I mean, not Lucky. He's lucky too, for that matter. Shit. Lefty. He watched my video on his knife, the 2.5 mash or slash or whatever in the hell. I can't remember the name of it. But basically, I did a clickbait on the thumbnail, put a sad face on there, and that I was probably showing utter disappointment with his knife, which was far from the case. But that's what I think he took from it. So he was very nice. He gave me a whole paragraph, and you guys are more than welcome to go read it. It's out there for the public. He was very customer oriented. He was very nice about, Jim, if you have any problems with a knife or whatever's going on with you, or, you know, please send it back, get a hold of me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I had saw it come up, and I was just happening to go to bed. And I said, well, I'm going to, you know, respond to him. And I said, basically, I don't remember verbatim, but I said to him was, you know, the knife is fine. Between my arthritis and my Parkinson's, I was on the struggle bus with it, because if it doesn't have a flipper tab for me, guys, and this one's not wanting to open good. That one is. I struggle sometimes. My reverse flip with the arthritis and everything else. Here's a Trevis. I like this knife too, but so he came right back. I mean, like 2 seconds later. Oh, I guess I didn't see that part. Thank you, sir, or something along those lines. So I think he realized he jumped out there and made a conclusion from either the thumbnail or the first part of the video before actually going in and watching the entire video to see what my assumptions or what my problems may have been, and there were none. It's a great knife. So he kind of had to backstep a little bit, so I thought that was kind of good. But he's out there and he pumps stuff out. And I was bragging on G-Ball again this week, and I see that KC's going to these mini lives that he's having as he's traveling around for the college he's working for, doing these games. And I guess he'll be busy because he's doing a lot of baseball right now. But the whole thing is pretty funny to me that Lefty felt like I was dogging his knife, maybe, and that wasn't the case whatsoever. And it wasn't that he was upset about it. He was customer oriented, and that was the perfect thing to do, even though that was not the case at all. The knife's immaculate. I got no issues with it. I don't know how many of you guys have picked up any of either KC's or Kevin's knives and dealt with them, and they're both great guys. Their knife styles seem to be very, very similar. Have you guys noticed that in terms of the blade shape itself in a lot of cases? I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. So can you guys give me a thumbs up or a raise of hands? We got quite a few people in here that would like to see some of the photographs from the range today. It was a blustery, windy day here in Florida, and it was in the 60s, and it was quite miserable, to be honest with you. I had the chills all day, and it was a challenge for me to even deal with for the most part. But that's all good. Let me see if I can set this up correctly. Can you guys see that okay? I guess that means Jesse, how are you today? Robbo, is that how you pronounce your name, sir? Stevio? What is it? Is that I'm not sure what he's trying to say there. Kevin is an awesome dude. Let's put this up here so everybody can see it. Kevin is an awesome dude in customer service. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you 1000%. So I was tickled that maybe he knows I'm even on the radar a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a wee little bit. I mean, I'm trying to chip away at this, guys, and he was one of the toughest nuts to crack because I comment in his streams, and his streams are late for me, and I'm out there, typing away trying to give him the hang on here. Let me get me back full screen. There we go. So I try to, reach out to him and talk to him. And once in a blue moon, he'll give me a shout out, just in passing. He doesn't know who I am from Adam's House Cat. I don't even know that he knows that I got a channel or not. I guess he does now at this point. 37. Where are you at, Betty? I think you've probably told me before, and I'm a klutz and don't remember. You might have the record in the stream for the coldest so far. 37 is pretty darn cold for this time of year. Of course, there's always that last Easter one to get. Ohio. Yeah, that's where my daughter lives. I know we talked about all this now before. Definitely have. I was trying to find this one about Kevin. Let's see. Kevin doesn't pay much attention. Yeah. I did notice that. And, I'm not going to defend him one way or the other, but it's a challenge for me. I mean, I'm on the struggle bus big time trying to keep up with this going by here. And I can't imagine G-Ball was in there yesterday looking at both, trying to make sure he took care of all his bases. And I haven't been able to catch Cole all week. And I feel bad about that, but I've been either at doctor's appointments and, it was live earlier today. I was at the range. I'm trying to get my fat ass back out there. Seattle, 49 degrees for Jesse. That's right. I remember that, Betty. I remember us talking about it because she's over by Athens and Parkersburg and all that other stuff. Amish country, I guess. So let's see here if we can go back to picture. And so this is the back of my car, if you guys didn't know that already. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse moving across the screen. I think you can. This is mostly set up for bench rest rifle and air gun, and I know I'm boring Betty to probably death, but this is what it looks like cleaned up. And the rifles obviously slide in that little slot there on the side next to the window well. And I'm taking this down from the cloud, so it may take a minute for it to load, which is probably not good. Oh, that's why it's a video. That's actually my air rifle, guys. Didn't know if y'all like to see that or not. That is a FX Crown in a Donnie FL chassis. And I'll tell you guys a funny story if you're interested. I'm probably boring some folks. Tennessee for guns is 40. I've been shooting bench rest rifle for 3 or 4 years, and I've yet to win a match. I've yet to be in the top 3, to be honest with you. I usually finish around 6 out of 50 guys. And I've struggled, and tried to do better, and you fight the wind and everything else. So the guys decided all to get in the air rifle, and I said, "Okay, we'll go down that rabbit hole." And what they did was, finally, after a year into this, they decided they're gonna have a match, and I'm like, "Okay." And they called me up and said, "You need to come out here and take part." And I said, "Okay." So I bring my stuff out there, and I get it all set up with not a lot of expectation, folks. Just not a lot. But I had done a lot of research and learned as you shoot the air rifles, even though the power is staying consistent because you have 2 tanks, there is a drop off. And an old 87-year-old guy still out there shooting said, "Jim, just remember each shot, move it up just a tad, each one. Just move it up a tad, and you're stay in your line." Well, boys, I mean to tell you right now, and girls, I sat there and won that damn competition. Those guys were floored. They couldn't hear. They just were not happy with that situation at all. So, and you can see their rifles in the background. They were shooting those rifles this morning, practicing. I just wanted to deal with air. So that's what my bench looks like. And as you can see, it was a pretty, crisp, clear day. Although it rained all night last night for the most part. I mean, it rained pretty severely all night. This is the air compressor that I refill the tank with. This this is a pretty neat thing. If you guys, I don't know if I can, looking at the screen, I can't. Hell, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll use my pointer. This little box right here has got my pellets in it, and they're little tins that I've got upside, lined up like a deck of cards. That's a fishing reel line holder. And the little lines come out the front of those little black grommets. I saw a guy, you learn everything on YouTube. And I thought that was like, that's right, Rob, you're absolutely right. That it's a fishing line organizer and it works great for the pellets. I don't know who had it or I saw it, and it just worked absolutely um fantastic. It's just perfect. Couldn't be any better for carrying your pellets around. Whoops. Oh, that's not good. Sorry, guys. Let's go back. It kind of got sloppy with me. So that's the little pellet holders right there, the actual magazines, for lack of a better term, that I can't remember. I think I want to say 20 or 23 that go in there. You could shoot probably 8 of those before you have to refill up with air, but I just leave my compressor hooked up. And I actually went through and doctored all these pictures up so you guys can see them better. And for whatever reason, they're tilted the wrong direction again. And I spent time trying to get ready for this live stream, not be an idiot. And they didn't turn that one. Let me see if I can find those because that's driving me crazy. We'll bring this back up for now. So what's y'all's week been like? What have you guys been up to? What's been the highlight of the week, and which new knife that's been out this week or somebody's shown that you just think you must have or want to have? I don't know what's going on with this. It's driving me crazy though. There we go. We'll get rid of that. Close it. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the screen or anything right this second, but I was trying to make sure I was in the right orientation. For whatever reason, my OneDrive didn't update correctly. So here is a picture. Why isn't it showing that? That's the picture that was up there. And now we're back to this one. Can you guys see? I don't understand why it's not changing. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to remove this. Stop screen. And present a new screen because that doesn't seem to be working very well. Like I said, I'm still learning a lot of this myself, guys. There we go. That's the side of the gun. Gosh, that was like an act of Congress, wasn't it? I apologize. So let's see what here. We ordered the Rosecraft blade. Cool. I'm not familiar with that one, but it looks like or sounds like it's going to be. Anytime I hear the word rose, it reminds me of Rosie or some of these other ones I've heard some of the guys talk about that could be expensive, maybe. Well, that's a thought too, isn't it? I'm stumbling upon more creators too in the knife community as I've been watching some of them. They're bringing people on, and there's a lot of folks out here that get into the knives, that are creating content. It's a pretty thick populated area of the YouTube, considering it's very much a niche, and they made the firearms almost impossible to deal with live anyway. So these are just views of the gun setup on the bench. That's actually the airline underneath. That's how you put air into the actual two chambers. Actually, it fills the main big chamber. We have these warning lights. I wanted to show YouTube that, even though it's gun related, we are safe. Those lights go off when anybody's downrange. I wish they would put a light curtain in. You could put a couple lasers in from one end of the benches to the other that would automatically facilitate anybody breaks that beam and maybe make a little siren, is what I'm going to suggest to the board at the range that I belong to. I think the lights are a big improvement. We've only had them about 5 or 6 years. It was all by verbalization and talking to each other. It still is to get the light switches flipped on. They're about 6 places along the firing line. So if they had the beam in there for safety, that would be pretty cool, I think. Just a thought of mine. That's a random shot. This is how expensive this hobby is, guys, just to show you. I bought a bipod pod off of eBay for about 60 bucks, 50 bucks. Put it on. I almost dropped my rifle off the bench. I mean, it just was crap. That stupid thing right there to hold this air rifle, and don't shoot me, guys, for this. It's got a Swiss Archer mount on the bottom so I can move it to the 22s or do other things with it. That's a $450 bipod. 100% aluminum, machine shop made, custom done up. Stupid. My Coneograph, I have a Garmin. This is where my buddy and I were testing loads. See if I can get you some volume on this. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this or not. Tell me if you guys can. It doesn't appear that you're going to be able to. That rest that he's messing with there, they're stupidly ridiculously priced as well. It's a silly, crazy, expensive hobby. I'm not getting any audio back, which is probably all right. But that just kind of shows you, we tested about 50 loads, and actually that's all the footage I've got basically. Um, let's go back here. Oh, that's my compressor running. It's like an old steam Jenny, and it's like a sewing machine sitting there just vibrating itself to death. And that's me just wandering the camera off to the range. Oh, you may want to see that. I think I panned up and showed you the shooting bays and so forth. Not the bays, but the bay that we were in. Of course, it's the wrong direction. You got to look, you got to turn your head like this. Man, I tell you, I really need to do some better post work. And I had fixed all these. These are the pellets, obviously. My goodness, that's the Jackery. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the little power supplies that can do AC or DC, and it's perfect for the range. Is Sam in here? Yep. Hey man, how you doing, Sam? Good to see you in here, man. I appreciate you coming in, stopping by. So I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with portable power supplies. That's the little thingamajigger. I'm going to stop boring y'all with this because this is not knife content, but I thought it was life content. Let's call it life content. We all are out here living our lives, and I think sharing our lives as human beings, whether you're in a community of knives, pinochle players, chess players, or whatever, I think that's part of the hobby as well, is getting to know each other. And I'm still tossing the idea around of this and see what you guys think. I can get telephone number that would be a web phone number that would come in to the computer and take phone calls from people in the stream. Now I know you open a whole can of worms to get some crazies too. Of course, you can always hang up and block the person. So it's not like you can't have an avenue. It's no different than having open chat, I guess. And do I have audio? I saw something about no audio. I hope that was about the video. I hope I am being heard. It looks like I am from the roadcasters telling me I am. But at any rate, I think it would be neat to talk to some of you folks, especially some of the people that are in different parts of the country and people that are in different countries for that matter. What's y'all's thoughts on that? I'd just be curious to see if you think that would be a good idea. Really good suppressor. I could show you a couple of those too, but I probably can't hold those, during the live stream. It would probably get me booted. Without a doubt. I've got a couple. You like that idea, Betty? You think that would work? I mean, because let's say for you, for an example, I'd love to hear your accent, to hear what you sound like, get to know you better as a person. Gons, Jesse, Sam, I can go on, Mr. Carr, Todd. I mean, everybody. I mean, I'm a ham radio operator, so I've talked to people all over the world from many different places over the years, and I'm a gabber. So my wife and I used to travel quite a bit, and we never met a stranger. I don't care what country we were in or what we were doing. Anybody next to us, we'd start talking to. We just never even gave it a second thought. It's just the way I was built, Yeah, I think it would. I think, I'm not the most mechanical guy in the world, but I'm trying to keep up with all this technology, and I'm trying to do all this, and this is a little overwhelming for me. But I think in some regards, especially in a format like, there's a couple guys I would like. There's a couple new knife guys in the community that G-Ball called out to yesterday. I noticed in his stream, there's actually 2 or 3, I think, and their numbers are even lower than mine in some cases in terms of subs. And I thought, well, how, let's get them on this live stream. They're probably not quite ready to do that yet. Let's invite them in here and get them in here. If they're camera shy, I was at first. I hated seeing myself on the camera, but what the hell? You live once. I like me, so I'm going to get on the camera. I'd love to get some people on here. Maybe they'd be less likely to shy away from doing it if they just had to worry about communicating via verbal conversation instead of looking pretty. I mean, it took me a half hour to do my hair this morning, and I still see that cowlick back there that I can't get rid of. Let's see what you say here. We can only call in if we could. I like it. That's pretty funny. Right, let's see. Let's see what you got to say here, buddy. That's definitely a difference. That's exactly right. And I think it's a good idea. So I'm gonna investigate it pretty hardly. Let me make myself a note too, because I'm gonna be honest with you. It probably would be a little easier on me too, and I'm being a little selfish with that. So yeah, I'm gonna probably look at doing that, see how I can put the mechanics of it together. With today's technology, it shouldn't be that big a deal. And I'd put it on my iPhone that I only use for a camera. I don't even know where it's at. Or, maybe via the laptop. I think the iPhone would plug into the Rodecaster and give us better quality and better options in terms of blocking and so forth. And then when that's not in use, I just take the SIM card out that, during the week or when I'm not live on the show because I don't want to get inundated with calls. So I'm gonna really look into that. I appreciate you guys thinking that might be a good idea. And the other question I had for you people, folks, I appreciate you being here. I say peoples like it's disrespectful. It's not by any means. I'm so excited. It's not funny. Do I need a moderator? And I don't even know how to do that. And I know that is Todd in here? I think he was earlier. Any of you guys that are moderators already, maybe you can explain that to me, or maybe look at my email and send me a little briefing or something that tells me how to be a good steward. I mean, so far I've yet to have a single problem in my live stream ever with somebody being whatever. I mean, now I've had a few comments out there in the world in my comments things, and I just delete them. I don't even care. But in this, I haven't had anything that has even been remotely a problem at all. What do you mean? I think. Wait a minute. I pressed the wrong one. This is the man I'm after right here. What do you mean, Mr. Letterman? Is it shiny today? I did take a towel to it. Let me buff her up for y'all. Get her buffed up. See if it comes out any shinier or not. Is that a little better, or is there too much glare for y'all? I think that might be all right. What do you think? So, okay. So we got one thing knocked out of the way. We're going to work on the phone thing. I want to be the first knife guy / pew pew guy to do that. Probably not. Just probably haven't found it yet. And I'm debating on my podcast, continuing the one for Parkinson's. It's not getting many views, although I think it's a benefit to the community of Parkinson's. I kind of feel obligated to do it. I don't know if I should continue with that or not. I guess you thought that was pretty good, sir. Oh, goodness. I think we got 14 according to what my screen's saying. I don't know how many you guys can see on your end, but we may be close to a record. Don't forget to give me those likes. And by the way, the lives are doing pretty darn well after the fact. I mean, I'm not setting the world on fire by any means, but they're getting 60, 70 views. And I'm, where I'm at in life with this whole YouTube experience, I'm pretty happy with that. It could be a little better, but hey, I'll take anything I can get. 14. Cool. So I also picked up this knife. I was going to show you guys this one. This is a CMB. I found this on eBay, and I just like the Marcarta. I think it's Marcarta. It may be G10. I can't really tell. It probably is G10 now. I'm feeling it. It just is done very well. And this was an inexpensive knife. This is called the Predator, and it was 38 bucks, but I love the shape of the blade on it. I'm not always good about the coated blades, and the access lock is just money. I mean, this knife for 38 bucks. I mean, it's double dropping, popping out there, but it does a really good job. My original intent for getting it was to dye these, but they are so nice. I'm going to leave it like this. Stormtrooper, I guess is what you'd call it, for lack of a better term. The pocket clip's not the best. They do have some filler back here. It doesn't have a lanyard hole, but that doesn't matter to me. It's pretty darn centered. I mean, for a used knife, I thought it was a pretty good deal. I'd never heard of that brand. Have you guys heard of it? I'd be curious. Clearance. What are you asking here? Let's see. Hey, whoops. Let's see. Just you and thing is looking up. I need to order. Yeah, I mean, I got to do more research on them. I'm really impressed with this knife. I don't even know what it weighs. I never checked it. I'll be curious because it's pretty chunky. 4.85. And as you guys know, my reference knife is a butter knife from stem to stern, and it's 9 inches. Everyone's got one in their drawer at home, or presumably so. I'm going to be bringing in some higher class butter knives to use for my comparisons because this is pretty low rent right here, but gets the job done. But this one right here, guys, just for reference, overall length is 7 3/4. The handle is just about 4.5, and the blade cutting surface is 3 1/4. And it's got a great choil on it, as you guys can see. I like these type of choils like this. Can't put your finger in there, but they're great for sharpening. I'm getting a lot of feedback from folks, and I don't know if y'all have watched any of my shorts or not. I kind of, and don't take this the wrong way, because I'm just assuming in my mind that you're an older group, and by that I mean 40 or older, let's say, in a lot of cases. So I've been tuning my shorts to a little bit more music and a little bit more ruckus going on and different noises, and I've been doing a lot of work on those, and they're doing pretty well. But I'm trying to produce one a day is my goal on those, and to get 2 videos a week out and do this live stream. And that's a lot for an old fat guy to do with Parkinson's. I love this knife. I got to say, as far as playfulness goes and just fidgetiness, I mean, look at that, guys. That locking system, I don't even know what they call theirs. I've never been to their homepage. I need to look at that. But this knife is incredible. I mean, it's a damn nice knife for 38 bucks. You cut. No problem. So, I mean, I don't have any issues with this knife whatsoever. I think it's a great knife. And I'm not going to take and change it in terms of the color on this. I think it's just perfect the way it is. And for 38 bucks aftermarket, I don't know what they cost new. I need to do some research on the newer knives, see what else they have, if they still are making knives. I don't know anything about this company, so I need to check that out. What is all the black? pretty bad. Whoa, what's all the black one pretty bad? Not too bad. I'm confused. I totally confused. I think they're like 50 at Amazon. Okay. Well, I think you guys are talking to each other. Yeah, crossbar. I wanted to put that up there. I think I may have already done it. But yeah, it's stupendous. The rest of these are, for the most part, liner locks. Yeah, I think all these are. I don't have any of my frame locks out here. This one doesn't want to flip for me. I need to do something to that one. The detent's not good on that. The CRKT is good. Oh, that is a frame lock. I like this look here. I don't know about you guys, all washed out, acid etched, or then tumbled. It looks like even the back has been. I haven't checked. I bet it's steel. Yeah, it's steel. I love these little magnets. I don't know if you guys use these or not. Let me switch over to the other view here. What's great about these is, especially when you're taking photographs, saw this at a knife show, so I'm sure you guys have seen this. But see how well it holds that knife up? And you get a couple of them. And you can adjust them on the back so they can lay just the way you want them. I use them when I'm doing some of the photography. I think it's a great idea. I don't know what I was watching one of the creators was at a blade show. I think it was Bert and his wife, and he had the plastic ones, like little push pin looking things. These are the stainless, I think, and they're great for holding the back of the knives to make them look cool, sitting out. This one's snappy too, and they make a good product for the money. Most of the knives that I've gotten that are in this price range have been pretty damn good. I haven't really had any issues. Let's talk giveaways. You guys up to talking giveaways and what your thoughts are on that? I'd love to hear what y'all think. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like smooth operator. Yes, it is. Sam, it's a great operator. Getting back. You got 3 boys, Betty? How old are they? I'd be dying to know that. I had a hell of a time raising my boy. My daughter was a lot easier. Now she's the one that's the problem, and he's being all right. It's like they all digress. I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but I got 21 grandchildren ranging in range from 6 to 21, 22 now, I think. What'd you say? Let's see. Try push pin down, insert, and pull. Okay. Not following you, Sam. I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me. Let me see if I can not be so ignorant. Let me see here. Got 15 folks in here now, guys. We may be going for a record today. Try pushing down, insert, and pull. Ah, okay. I'm with you now. I thought we were on these over here when you were talking that, still talking about these little push pins, magnets. Let me see which one that is. You're talking about this one, and I'm supposed to. Starting to sound like Cole making funny noises. I can't. What am I doing wrong, folks? Pushing it lighter, light. I can't get this one to work for me for nothing. I give up. No kids, dogs. Okay, well that's even better. Where did I thought you had 3 boys? Betty, what kind of dogs? I've got poodles. I know you guys have seen them. They're out here somewhere. I'm in the doghouse, by the way. My wife's mad at me. Come here, guys. Chip. Chip. Oh, shoot. He's right here. I didn't think he'd be far. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. This is Chip, and he's being a good boy. Let's get you on the full screen here so everybody can see you. His name's Chip, and he's 3. I know you guys have probably seen him before, but he's my little buddy. He's always at my feet somewhere, and Sissy is hiding under the toolbox. Her bed's under the toolbox. She's got about this much space, and she's fat little girl, and she squaddles down there. She does the army crawl and gets up underneath there, and she don't come out unless there's food to be had. So, also another question I have, we did the moderators, we did the phone thing, giveaways. We're on giveaways. I don't want to lose track. I got to adjust my glasses. Hang on, guys. Sorry about that, but I got to stop probably wearing those muffs. I just don't have any confident my audio's out there if I don't have this on. And I'm sure it is, but I just trying to be safe and sorry. I've got a pellet gun I was going to give away at 1,000. And obviously I want to do some knives, and I got cards and stickers, and I got swag packs. I've been accumulating stuff at the day that I might get to the holy grail of 1,000. And the other thing is, to go along with that giveaway, getting to 1,000 is a challenge in itself. And that nut seems to be crackable, right? But I think I got to have 3,000 or 4,000 hours viewed in a 1-year period. And it starts peeling off the back end, I think. I don't know how that works, but I'm only like 1,000-ish hours, maybe. The live streams do help immensely, but I need to get that pushed up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, we're still talking about this one, I presume. That I can't get the flipper to work, or which one are we talking about? I'm lost. You guys keep me somewhat confused. Kevin, how are you doing today? Nice to see you in here. Not sure that I like your picture. I think I can see what it is. That's a good picture. Your little icon. Yeah, y'all got me confused again. I'm Alpha Never Neverland. But so I am working on something for the 1,000, obviously. That's my goal, is to do that next. Get the 1,000 and have that taken care of and get that behind me. And then the next thing after that is to shear up this time slot if it works for everybody. I think it's going to be okay for me. It's just Sunday's a shooting day. But you know what? No pain, no gain is the way I look at it. You just got to go head on and just work on stuff. And that's kind of the way I'm going to look at it. You guys are killing me. Y'all, you guys come in here. There's Todd. That's the guy I needed to talk to about the moderating. He seems to be one of the gurus. Let's see what all the wisdom he's got here. Try putting your finger on top of the knife and pull down like you would a Zippo lighter. Okay. I follow you. If you did it with your finger instead of pulling your finger. It's going further out. I just don't think it's got a strong D10 in it, is the thing. Although it feels strong. I mean, it feels real strong to me. But it's just not swinging the blade all the way. Now, that time I did it somehow. I don't know how I did it. Let's bring this screen back up. I'm probably still not doing it right. Like a Zippo. That almost broke my finger. The other problem is they put no jimping on this at all either. They've got great jimping here, but none here. They get a B minus. Actually, they get a 0, big fat F for no jimping on the tab. I can't get it to work as function as well as that's a little better. I see what you're saying. That's a little better. That does work better, Todd. That did help. Hey, man, are you in here too? There you are. Yeah, you are, man. How you doing? I like your little logo too with the little wolf in there. Sweet. Thank you for stopping by, brother. I appreciate it. Now I'm starting to sound like G-Ball. Damn. Next thing you know, I'll be shaving my beard off like Kevin. Not gonna happen. Actually, this is short, folks. Usually it's down to about here. You see some of the other videos back in the day, and it used to be black at one point, pretty dark or brown, dark brown, I guess is more like it. But so out of the knives that are on the table today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anybody got a favorite? I mean, I like this one a lot. I think this is a cool as crud knife. I think this is the Trevice. Is this the Trevice? Yeah, it is. Orland is the name of it. I'm sure this is a sharp one too. This is a pokey one. Pretty sharp. I don't do the paper well, but it's sharp knife. I think it's cool. I am going to get my mobile camera fixed up too. I ordered a new cord. I needed to get another HDMI lead that's 30 feet for my portable camera so I can take you guys around to different spots within the workshop garage area here and show you guys different projects I'm working on. I just received a bunch of steel in for steel targets. I found a really inexpensive source for them, and they're small enough that I can carry them. They're not too heavy. They're 12-inch plates. They got to be painted and fixed up. I'm going to do some videos on that. I realize it's the knife channel, but it's the life channel. I think I'm going to call it a life-knife channel. But with all that said, I'm going to put that on a tripod and start carrying that around to different places. So I've got a cordless mic set that will plug into this Rode Soundcaster so I can do that pretty easily. I think it won't be a big problem. Moderators are there to help posting and links and channels. Yep. Keeping people from being up. Yep. Yeah. And you know, Todd, you can tell me if I'm at that point, if I really need to look into doing that. And I don't even know how to do it. Maybe that's something you can talk me through. The green handle one. This one right here is that one you're talking about. It's a can't pronounce it. I want to say stevia, but it's SITIVIEN. And I was gonna try to show you the logo. Can you see that okay? I mean, it's a nice little knife. I think, what have I got in that? $33. It's an inexpensive knife. Well, I'd be honored to have any of you guys help me out with that because I haven't got a clue. But Todd, knock on wood, I'm sure y'all can hear that. I haven't had an issue with anybody yet. And I think I fixed this too. Can y'all hear my Harley? She's sweet, ain't she? Let's see what else we got here. Keep covering up the text. There are also some people that can really help if you are start getting booted as well, posting. Okay. Oh man, appreciate it, Kevin. I really do. That means a lot to me. I actually put more work in the last couple of shorts than my actual videos here in the last couple that I've done. I've been really experimenting with the green screen stuff, and I don't have it down to a science. These knives being so shiny and they come out so fast for the camera, it's a challenge for it to keep up sometimes. But I've been working on the sound effects. I don't think you were in here earlier when I was telling Betty and some of the others that I've kind of geared that toward the younger folks because that seems to be what drives the numbers with the shorts. I'm trying to do one a day now to get them published and out there. Yes, Sam, that's it. How do you sub Citivine? I can't. I have a lot of trouble with words. It's a cool knife, and it's a beast. I mean, my hand, you can see the tailstock coming out of the back end of it. So I mean, it's a full figured knife, for lack of a better term, full size knife. How about that? I'd say it's almost an XL. I mean, it's almost that big, but the action on it is just perfect. The detent couldn't be any better. Who was that? Who just came in? Everybody's talking. I've lost track of somebody. Sam, I've seen you. That's maybe not. Let me see here. Yeah, Todd. Plus, having the moderators, the thing that I see that it helps some of the other guys with too is the fact that they can't keep up with everything, and you guys are doing that. And we talked last week about maybe doing some premieres because I do want to do a little bit of pew pew stuff. And if I do the premieres, I could be in the chat and have that come out, and it'd be like a live stream. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And make that in a short form format that maybe that's a 30-minute one or 45 minutes. Because I'm going to start spending more time documenting some stuff at the range and that kind of thing here soon. And I hope that you guys find that interesting. I know that not everybody's into that, but again, it's life stuff that I'm trying to provide. I also, like I got my ham radio shack over there. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. I don't have any antennas up right this minute, but I hope to get some up again sooner than later. I'll probably be gone before I ever get it done. Let's see what you got here. Just got that new. Oh, cool. How thick is it, do you think? Do you think it's a 1/2 inch? Sounds like a pretty big knife. Yeah, I also talking to some of the folks that were in here before, some of you others, about having call in as well. We're going to work on that. So we talked about the call in, the moderators, the giveaway. And could y'all hear the sound effect? Did I get that fixed, or am I smoking crack over here? I don't know if you got, according to my needles and stuff on the screen, it's pushing through. I just hope you guys can hear it. I'm not going to inundate y'all with a bunch of sounds. I'm just curious. Something else that I did, I'm going to tell a lie on myself, not a lie, but tell on myself. Dwayne keeps telling me, nope. James said, heard. Y'all are screwing with me, I think. Jess, you heard it. And who was it? Mr. Letterman said no. Nope. And I assume he's answering to my noises. You got to hear the Harley. I can pump it up. Okay. Jesse says he definitely hears it. Mr. Letterman, can you hear it yet? I know it's a stupid thing, but I got to see if this equipment works. Put a lot of money into this stuff, trying to make it right. Trying to catch with Cole, man. Cole's got all the toys. He can't have all the toys. Everybody should have the toys. Okay, he heard it that time. That's good. Thank you, guys. But anyway, I'm telling on myself. I've got some swelling in my left leg, and that's just the side the Parkinson's on, and I've got it wrapped in this big. You don't want to see it. Took a water pill before the stream, and it's kicked in, and I desperately want to go to the restroom, but it would take me 5 minutes. And this Betty, you might want to plug your ears for this. I don't know. Um, I lost one kidney and my bladder function in 2014 to hydronephrosis. So for me to go to the restroom right this minute would take about 3 or 4 minutes. And I would not want to just leave you guys sitting here for that length of time. That would be rude. Does that make sense? So next time I'll know better than take a water pill on live stream day. Shame on me for even doing that. 117 bucks. Texas for 100. I guess you guys know what you're talking about. I'll put that up there because I don't know. I know that y'all are talking about that rose knife, I think, or pivot. I don't know. So clueless. Smoking price. How's the pivot? Well, guys, I really, like I said, appreciate y'all stopping in here. I'm going to try to do better with show notes and getting things more organized. Although a lot of the guys seem they wing it and get away with it. I mean, maybe I'm just too anal retentive. You might check some of my photographs out too. I've been trying to post to Instagram, the gram, the IG to be cool to some of the photos. I got Cole to finally raid me the other day and didn't go well. I think he liked a couple of them, but I could do much better. Man, I hate to do that. I really do. I mean, I could try to make it really quick if you guys don't mind. Can I get a thumbs up? Because I'm dying here. I'm dying here. Can y'all keep entertained for a minute? Y'all want background music or do you want something to listen to? Because I can do that maybe if I can figure it out. Let me just run real quick. Would that be okay? Nitro V. All right, Dwayne. All right, guys. I hate to do this. Maybe the dogs will jump up here. Sissy might. I'll be right back. Thank you, guys. I was about to bust. Come here. Look who I found along the way. Since you say, well, if I can get her, she don't cooperate. Chip, leave her alone. She since you guys saw her last week, she been in the beauty parlor. This is Sissy, the 9-year-old. Found her along the way. Yeah, I've had to cut back on my knife buying because I've overspent. It's easy to do. All right, let's see what I forgot here. How big a fun y'all made of me when I was gone. Thank you. I feel so much better. It's a challenge. More comments. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'll be working 6 to 7 days a week. When? What are you doing working that much? I got you, man. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. You've got to do it when you got the work. My son has an air conditioning company, and he's looking forward to summer coming back in down here. Let's see here. You guys have been talking to each other. That's awesome. Well, thank you again for letting me indulge and go. I was feeling pretty rough. But yeah, I'm gonna need to probably cut back, sorry, on the purchasing a little bit. And this thing, if I don't get it to work, I'm gonna put some jimping in the back of the darn thing or something like that. I can't get that to flip for nothing. See how the butter knife does. Butter knife do all right. I think the butter knife. She's a looker, guys. She's got a few scars on her, but she's been through a hard life. She's held in multiple butters: cinnamon butter, honey butter, garlic butter, onion butter. She might even had some ghee from time to time on her. This knife has been through a lot, just saying. Turned 40 in January. So you are a young buck. No doubt about that. I'm getting older by the minute. I hate to do an age count in here for everybody, but what the hell, right? Let's get a survey. Throw your ages out there and let's see how old everybody is in here. See if we got any real youngsters. Are we all the geriatrics? Anything 40 or above, I'm considering geriatric. All right, Kaleidoscope. Hey, man, how you doing? 40, you're young. 47 on Jesse. He's young. God, I'm the oldest guy probably. There's got to be a 52 on Kevin. I feel like maybe closer to the younger one, Sam. You know, I was feeling pretty good until I got hit with this Parkinson's diagnosis, and then that kind of set me back. Hey, man's 52. I'm not going to ask Betty her age. That'd be rude. And did she ever tell us what kind of dog she's got? I would love to know that. 52, 51, 52 in August. That's Mr. Davis. So you guys are a bunch of young bucks in the big scheme of things. If I give you any advice at all from an old man, never trust a fart. I'm not going to get that. What you need to do is enjoy your life, take it to the fullest, and do what you want to do, and just be smart while you're doing it. Last place you want to wind up is in trouble in jail or something, because I tell you, that's no good. KOK. Let's see. I feel like 80. Act 25. I don't feel 65, but I do feel, I don't know what I feel. If I didn't have the ailments, I don't think I would really be feeling my age, because in my mind, I don't feel 65. But my hands with the arthritis, Let me see here. Show y'all a shot. That's what part of the problem. I can't even lay these fingers flat anymore. But the shakes are pretty good. They've got them. Y'all probably think that's pretty bad, but considering what they've been, I'm in, pretty good remission on. It's not remission. It's called. I won't go into it. But at any rate, the medicine's working. That's all that matters. How old is G-Ball? I think he's got to be in his 40s. He's got youngsters though. How old do you think he is? No way. She is I'm surprised you put your age up there, young lady. I appreciate that. That's crazy. So you're next month on your birthday. Mine's in May. That's when I'll be officially 65. I say I'm 65 now just because it's easier. So you're still young. Let's see who else. G-Ball is mine. Okay. Well, I'm really impressed with what he's doing with his channel. He's working his ass off. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, and I'm going to say it, he's doing it in a creative, different way than a lot of them. And his overviews, tabletops, is good or better than anybody's. I think he's really sharp when it comes to that. I thought he was a little awkward on screen to begin with, but he's doing better. You'll be 60 in May, Mr. Letterman. When's your birthday? Not to give out too much information, but who's going to care and who knows why. But mine's on the 18th. So you're Taurus the Bull probably as well. G-Ball is like 33. That's kind of what I thought, man. I thought he was a youngster. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. My interactions with him and a few emails him and I've passed back and forth. I've sent him some giveaway stuff. I'm going to send him some more. I got some more flashlights and stuff to give him. He's put the work in, and I'm not sucking up. I'm just stating the fact. He's put the work in. Probably out of all the creators I've been watching, and I started out watching, and I'm going to throw some people under the bus here, and they can get mad if they want to, but when I first came into YouTube watching this content, one of the first ones I ran across was Needs. And I don't watch him at all at this point. And I won't say why or anything else, but it's just, I'm not saying he's not good at what he does. I'm not saying that he's not bright or anything else. I'm just saying I don't choose to watch him. Everybody else I pretty much watch. Mine's 19. Let's see. What's something about oh, yeah, I'm Taurus. Okay. Oh, you are too, Betty. Ah, okay. Well, go Tauruses. That's all I got to say about that. Tauruses rule, man. Or young lady, I should say. That's the way I feel about it. I thought you were talking gun stuff there for the minute, and I remember what I asked the question. Yeah. My daughter gets accused of that by my ex-wife all the time. I'm just like your dad. You're just like your dad. Of course, she's not a Taurus. Her birthday's in October, but she acts like one. Capricorn on Sam. How much do you guys put in stock in your signs in terms of, are any of y'all horoscope readers, or do you just, it doesn't matter. I don't read my horoscope. I don't put much stock into it, but I do believe that the different signs are a pretty representation of people's personalities. What do y'all think? I think they are in a lot of cases. I don't even know what my wife's sign is. I know what she has as a standing. I was going the wrong place with that. I need to behave. She may watch one of these ones. Nothing but can't say. Whoops. Yeah, Jess, I'm kind of the same way. Mr. Davis is a Leo. Yeah, and I don't even know what they all. I mean, I realize what they are in terms of what animals they represent, but I don't know what each one means and what type person they are, and or what their karma is supposed to be like, for lack of a better term. But are you guys into toys or trinkets? Do y'all do fidgets or anything like that? Excuse me for standing up if I can. I've just rocked everything. I just saw this sitting here. I thought I'd bring it down and let you guys see this. Probably can't show you all the front of this. This has got a little too much information on who I am and might be more so than I want to be on the interweb. I trust y'all, but these little tops and things made out of titanium and different things. I know that Kyle, Tri-State Coal had some stuff, but these little tops, let me give it on the screen. They do a pretty neat job. They it actually has a cup dish thing here made out of glass that it would actually do better in, but it's got too much information on it to show publicly. But I don't know if you guys are into like fidgets or anything like that. I thought these were kind of neat. These are expensive. These are worse than knives. I mean, this little hunk of metal right here is about $100. And depending upon the material you get it out of, could be anywhere. But if you can get it just right, she spins forever, especially on a hard surface. Whoops. That'll go on the floor and I'll never see it again. See, it kind of straightens itself out. It's catching the grooves in the wood is why it's not doing great on the table. If I had it on the glass piece over here, it would spin forever. But again, that's got too much information on the front of it to really be showing to everybody. All right, Todd. Well, let me know if I need to do something with the moderators and if you can help with that or not. I know you got your hands full with all the stuff that you're doing for everybody. Yeah, I keep enter to get knives or fidgets. Have you guys seen the Fidget Nerd? Guy out of Canada and I gotten to know each other pretty well via email and chat and so forth. And he's got a pretty neat station. And he took off a channel out of station. He took off one day. He did a thumbnail that he actually put his picture on it. And he's got really long hair, and he's kind of a goofball 70s type guy, you know, wears some pretty loud stuff. I said, man, the best thing you could do is put that on your thumbnail. And I bumped my camera. That's better. He did that and gone nuts. Him and I were like neck and neck. And then he just blew past me. He's got more people coming to him than anything. Fidget Nerd. Yeah, thank you, Jesse. I finally realized that it's not able to pay attention. You could see that I'm in the garage and the blue screen is behind me. I'm not hiding anything. I am using, you know, tricks of the trade that have been around forever. And I like it because you can change the backgrounds. And I think that's my microphone in there. All right. I filled out of kilter when I try to pick up the toy. Show you guys. So what do you guys want to see next week? Is the gun content any good for you guys, or is it doesn't matter? I got a lot more knife stuff, and I got a lot of knife stuff. And then, like I said, I'm going to have the walkabout here in the garage that we can do. I've got some new steel that came in I'm working with that I'm going to be getting ready to go for the range. I've got my reloading stations, my ham radio stuff. I'm into drones as well, although with the Parkinson's, I can't fly them race drones anymore because they take too much manipulation that I can give them. My camera's acting kind of weird. What's it doing? But what are y'all interested in seeing? More butter knife. You know, it's funny you should say that. I was perusing Amazon last night. You know, there's a lot of different kind of butter knives. The problem with it is, though, you got to buy like a 6-pack minimum. I'm not totally opposed to that, but this gives me a new mission in life to start looking for knives at dollar stores, garage sales, you know, things of that nature, maybe flea markets, because they make a lot of different butter knives. Surprise y'all. Okay, Sam. Dealing with what? I didn't see that. At any rate, I think it'd be cool. Kevin, tell us a little bit more about you. Have you got a channel? I'm assuming you do. It seemed like I saw you in one of the other streams the other day. Somebody was talking it up. I need to check you out. I need to write you down, by the way. Of course, I can always go back and look at this video. I'm also looking for people to come on with me and give me an education on some knives because my knowledge is not nearly as good as you guys are. So I would love to have anybody that would be willing to come on. It's really pretty easy from what I understand with StreamYard, and I can make that happen with no problem at all. We can talk during the week beforehand and set it up, and we can advertise it, put it on both channels after it streams or something along those lines if anybody's interesting. Another better than keeping a guest on their toes. Just shorts. Okay. Well, that's where YouTube's heading is with the shorts, and I'll check that out because I've been really putting a lot of effort toward those. I don't think I'm any good at it yet, but I'm getting better. I mean, compared to my first ones, I like to do a lot of animated stuff, and I like hyping the sound up. If you hear a knife that's being opened and closed, it's not being done. How can I put this? Fakely. It's not being done through a device or a sound bite or anything else. It's me actually holding it up to this big mic, getting the takes on it. And what I found is, I crank the volume up on it when the knife flicks, and the timing's what it's all about too. And that's hard to do. Just a trick of the trade that I've learned, not that I know much on the editing side. But if you stack them, if you take that little sound bite of it opening and stack it 3 or 4 deep and offset them, not much at all, if at all. And it just goes like, it makes the most wicked sound you've ever heard. And it's cool as can be. And then I don't know if you've seen any of my slow motion shorts, but a knife opening in slow motion with the sound it comes with, it's like, it's pretty darn cool. Let's see. I need to have more, having 50 knives. Yeah. So you got the collection to support making a bunch of shorts, no doubt about it. The editing I found is something I enjoy doing and like doing, except for it each time up. It's like when I first started learning Excel and doing some web work and so forth. You sit down at noon and it's 10 o'clock at night before you bat an eye. I mean, that one video, the last one I did, took me an hour to produce because I couldn't get the sound just right on it. Took me a little while to fix it all up. But it finally turned out pretty darn good, and I was pretty happy with it after the fact. The green screen, I'm going to try to move away from, and try to get more out into the wild or nature or the city and do more of that. Like I was working on one with a street scene in the background of New York City, and I was using some clip art, copyright free stuff. And it just didn't suit anything I needed. And I thought to myself, well, I've got vertical footage somewhere that I've done in New York in the last couple of years. Go get my own footage and use that and the sound from it. It'd be much easier than trying to do it all on the green screen. Does that make any sense? It simplifies it, and the editing's a lot faster. I guess we'll put it that way. Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, they're okay. And any thumbs ups you guys can give obviously is always a big help, and subbing is immense. I'm like trying to grow this thing like crazy, and it seems like I get a little momentum. And I used to wonder if YouTube was really playing these games, excuse me, by the way. When they were bombing some of these channels, that I kind of saw where, 50 people would go over, leave a brief comment, sub and like, and take off. And then YouTube would take a certain portion or all of them or more back. the other day I got a mention on somebody's live stream, and about I'm gonna say 6 people went over and subscribed, like boom, 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 and it was great. And I go back the next morning, and the 6 I had gained, I'd lost 2 on top of it, so I lost 8 overnight. I'm like, "That is weird." But then they showed back up a couple days later, and, I try to look and see you can see some of that going on and figure it out, but I'm not really good at that. It's not really clear in the analytics. If I catch it when I log into YouTube early in the morning and I see, what happened the night before, mostly from other countries, I usually can see who's subscribing. I generally take them the courtesy of going and checking their channel out to see if they actually have a channel or they're just somebody that's out there. And if it's a gun related person or pew pew related, I generally would give them a sub. Otherwise, I just, if it's just somebody that's watching YouTube and gave me a sub, that's great. They just don't seem to be really doing their own thing. So, and that's cool too. You got to have an audience, right? Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. You had to resub some channels. Yeah. I've done that as well. And then, I was watching, who was it? Metal Concept the other day. He's a machine. He, I think he's so far, he's almost like the Demolition Ranch and Knives, the knife people. He seems to be doing really well with what he's doing, and I guess he's making a comfortable living out of it, from what I can gather. I don't know that much about the gentleman or anything else, but he puts a lot of content out as well, and I think that's just the key anymore is you got to pound the content out. So have I bored everybody to death and we've lost a bunch of people? Is it nap time, folks? I'm thinking it's bedtime. Between the hour change, getting up early and being at the range, doing this, not being as well prepared as I should be, which is the normal lately, which is not me, guys. I'm generally a very organized person. I guess what I'm going to have to do is get my stuff together is what I'm going to have to do. It's something I need to get done. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to take my medicine. It takes about an hour and a half to go to work. I'll go in there on the TV in the bedroom and I'll watch a bunch of videos on YouTube. I don't watch regular TV anymore. I haven't watched regular TV in 2 years, 3 years. Everything I consume now is mostly driven toward the knife community. But I'm going to be honest with you, with the Parkinson's, I've lost the ability to play the guitar. So I've been watching these luthiers, these woodworking masterpieces that repair and fix guitars and violins and fiddles. And I've been just in awe with that. If I had my rathers and the big man upstairs blessed me and said, Mr. Dugan, what would you like to do with yourself in this life I'm fixing to give you? I would say I want to be a lutherer. That to me, taking an old Martin guitar or a Gretsch and bringing it back. Now, I'm not saying the brand new, but playable condition and nice. These guys are masters. That would be my calling. Let's see. Yeah, you could definitely branch out. And wanted to, yeah, exactly. 100%. Me too. I only watch. Yeah, I'm ready to give up my cable subscription. I really am. We got Netflix, Prime, which I'm going to have anyway because I have the Prime, with Amazon. Disney, which we have no kids in the house at this point. I can't even think. I added it up the other day. Between that and the TV cable is somewhere in the neighborhood of almost knocking on $400. That's not internet. The internet's the side. That's just programming. I can do YouTube, and to be honest with you, I haven't subscribed to YouTube. It's the one I haven't done. I'm about ready to bag everything else and just basically do YouTube. They have consumed me, and man, I love this knife. This knife to me, guys, I gotta be honest with you. Out of my whole collection, this little $38 knife does it for me. In terms, let me see if I can backflip it. Yes, I can. I'm about to lose it. Cut my darn arm off. I love this little knife. That was a steal on eBay. And you know, that's something else I was going to start doing too, is perusing eBay on the live stream. Everybody does, you know, all the others. I don't have to explain it. But nobody seems to go to eBay. There are deals still there, believe it or not. And I've been with eBay since they started. The concept came around, and I have not been stung once. And as long as you use PayPal to pay for things, they'll back you up 100%. So just remember, that's a good way to do it. It's a real good way to do it. But what do y'all think about going through there and looking at some of the buys they might have? I've G-Ball's had some stuff on, and some different folks have, that I could not find anywhere else that I've picked up on eBay and have not been disappointed. Well, let's see if we were just me, I would have. Yeah, I yeah, and she likes to watch all that. Oh gosh, the old movies and the, you know, the foo-foo lady stuff. I don't know what it's all called. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, is just to have the YouTube. Kevin, I think we may have run everybody else off. We're down to 9. I think I'm going to probably put a plug on this here in a minute. If you like to collaborate on any of this and get in here and do it, maybe you could be the guy that does the shorts, the knife shorts. You know what I mean? I'm going to check you out this evening. You definitely will be on my playlist tonight when I go to sleep, just for FYI. I'll be thinking about you. I wrote your name down. I'm going to check it out. And I think it'd be cool, but you need to broaden out and come out here and hang with us a little bit, man. I think it'd be cool as crap. Like to meet you personally. Will any of you guys go to the blade shows? I've been looking on the internet to find out if there's anything locally, and there seems to be a lot up in the north, comparatively speaking, in the Midwest than what there is here. I mean, and even the gun shows here used to have a ton of knife people, but junk mostly. But I just don't see any knife content. Well, I'm gonna let you guys run. I am flat ass wore out. I'm going to be better prepared next week. I'm going to prep the day before instead of about an hour before. It bit me in the butt. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. It really means a lot to me, more than you can know. Kevin, nice making an acquaintance with you. All the rest of you regulars, I love each and every one of y'all for coming by. I appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up. You know where to find me, all the regular places. I don't have to say it 100 times. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week, if not sooner. Kevin, I'll reach out to you later. Miss Betty, thank you a bunch for stopping by. All right, guys, I'm going to hit the non-stream now, the exit stream. Bye, Mr. Letterman. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it, guys.